A champion baseball team, a new season, and a strict new team owner. Welcome everyone. This week we're going back to 1949 for a musical sports comedy called Take Me Out to the Ball Game, starring Frank Sinatra, Esther Williams, Gene Kelly, Betty Garrett, and Jules Munchin. And this is directed by Busby Berkeley. I hope you enjoyed this week's story. It takes place in the early 1900s. World Championship baseball team, the Wolves, are in Florida preparing for spring training. Missing are star players second baseman Dennis Ryan, played by Frank Sinatra, and shortstop Eddie O'Brien, played by Gene Kelly. Working in Pottstown, Illinois, they are late returning from their off-season jobs as vaudeville performers board the train. While Eddie prefers performing and the ladies, Dennis is eager to return to baseball. When they arrive in Florida, they head over to the Sarasota Baseball Park, where they embrace their fans and colleagues, including Nat Goldberg, played by Jules Munchin. There they discover the team's owner, J.B. Newhouse, has died and bequeathed it to a distant relative, K.C. Higgins. An upset team, thinking the new owner is an inexperienced male, awaits the arrival of the new club owner coming in on the 12:10 train. At the train station, Mike discovers the new owner is a determined, beautiful young lady, as K stands for Catherine, played by Esther Williams. Not knowing who she is, Eddie begins making forward advances, stating, "We're just waiting for Fathead to arrive." During practice, Eddie, still out of practice, is swinging like a rusty gate, acts condescending to her. However, Catherine impresses Eddie and the team with her baseball knowledge and skills, but not her strict rules. At the Florida Palms Hotel, she imposes an in-bed by 10 p.m. curfew on the team, with a $50 fine for breaking it. Eddie, who wants to begin using his volume 3 of his list of ladies' phone numbers, comes up with a plan. Eddie notices Catherine swimming with the help of Nat. They encourage shy Dennis to sing to her, hoping to arrange a triple date to avoid curfew. Catherine is not interested, so Eddie climbs to her balcony to impress her, but is sent away, receiving the $50 fine. During opening game, a fan, Shirley Delwyn, played by Betty Garrett, becomes infatuated with Dennis. Catherine scolds Eddie for heckling with the umpire, only to lose her own temper, and the frustrated Wolves lose the game. Looks like a friendly game. So, does mid-season clam bake put affection in the right direction? Does Love and Bloom turn frustration into a winning streak, or does Eddie, working 2 jobs, kill their chances of winning this year's pennant? Released April 13, 1949 in the U.S., the title and nominal theme is taken from the 1908 waltz song by Jack Norworth and Albert von Tilzer, which became the unofficial anthem of North American baseball. The film is based on a story by Gene Kelly and Stanley Donen, who would take over much of the directing as credited director Busby Berkeley departed due to exhaustion. A 95% rating from the film critic Rotten Tomatoes makes such claims as one of the best MGM musicals, fun baseball musical with Sinatra, Kelly, and Williams, charming, enchanting, and immensely cheerful, and this film hits a home run. Yes, it does. And I'll put up the links to another couple of home run baseball movies I put up on my channel. The Pride of the Yankees from 1942 and The Stratton Story from 1949. They're both based on true stories, actually. And our trivia question this week: did performances in this film persuade someone to start a new project? Did performances in this film persuade someone to start a new project? So a little more history and the answer to our trivia question right after this. Since our film is a baseball story, this week for history, I'm going to talk about T206 baseball cards. So, the idea for the movie was conceived by American dancer, actor, singer, director, and choreographer Gene Kelly, who wanted to pay tribute to the early days of baseball. The movie takes place between 1909 and 1911, as evidenced by Ryan's picture on a new T206 baseball card. T206 is a tobacco card set issued from 1909 to 1911 in cigarette and loose tobacco packs through 16 different brands owned by the American Tobacco Company. It is a landmark set in the history of baseball card collecting due to its size and rarity and quality of its color lithographs. The name refers to the catalog designation assigned by Jefferson Burdick in his book, The American Card Catalog. Burdick is often considered to be the greatest card collector in history, often being called the father of card collecting. The T206 set consists of 524 cards, with over 100 of the cards picturing minor league players. There are also multiple cards for the same player in different poses, different uniforms, or even with different teams after being traded. The cards measure 1 7/16 by 2 5/8 inches, or 3.7 centimeters by 6.7 centimeters, which is considered by many collectors to be the standard tobacco card size. The T206 set is one of the most popular and widely collected sets of the tobacco pre-war era. The set features many Baseball Hall of Fame members, including Ty Cobb, Walter Johnson, Cy Young, and Christy Matheson. The T206 Honus Wagner is the most valuable baseball card in existence, and even damaged examples are valued at $100,000 or more. This is in part because of Wagner's place among baseball's immortals, as he was an original Hall of Fame inductee. A high-quality example of a Wagner card sold in August of 2022 for the hefty sum of $7.25 million, a new record for the card. The 206 name has been revived by the Topps Company, an American company that manufactures trading cards and other collectibles. The collection name Topps 206 was revived 3 times, first in 2002, a second in 2010, and a third in 2020, releasing a new collection divided into 5 different series. Amazing. And the answer to our trivia question this week: did performances in this film persuade someone to start a new project? It certainly did. Yes, famous American lyricist and Hollywood film producer Arthur Freed was very impressed by the team of Frank Sinatra, Gene Kelly, Jules Munchin, and Betty Garrett. Arthur won the Academy Award for Best Picture twice, in 1951 for An American in Paris, and in 1958 for Gigi. He produced the film Singing in the Rain in 1952, co-writing the soundtracks. Take Me Out to the Ballgame was a box office success, persuading him to greenlight their direction of the same year's musical film On the Town, another success. And I have that film, by the way. It does not star Esther Williams. It stars Ann Miller and Vera Ellen. I'd like to give a big thank you to my viewers and subscribers. I gotta go. My popcorn is getting cold. We'll see you soon.